Dear, dear Professor and classmates, I'm Elba. Today my topic is no reply to your messages. Uh, have you ever stared at your smartphone screen and sighed and asked, "Oh, why doesn't he or she reply to my messages? Does he or she think I'm annoyed?" And I have a lot of this kind of experience. And now let me tell you how to get rid of this annoying feelings. And in the beginning of my speech, I will talk about the phenomena of feeling bothered by no messaging replies. And then there are two reasons I think we should stop complaining about no replying. The first is I will analyze my survey to explain the reason why some people don't reply immediately. And the other reason is that I think there is something more important than waiting for replying. And the final is my conclusion. With the appearance of the app, like more and more people are dependent on online communications, and and there is a function. If you send a message and your message is read, and there will be a mark READ read beside your messages. But these functions cause some troubles in our lives. A new term in English, it means your message is read, but the receiver doesn't reply your messages. And the most annoying part is that you can see the mark already read beside your messages, but so you keep waiting for your friends replying, but after a while he or she does still not reply your messages. And according to a Japanese survey about top 10 unhappy things when people use line applications, the first place is being blamed for not replying, and the second place is sending messages but receivers ignore after reading. And it is interesting that people not only dislike someone ignore your messages, but also hate being blamed for not replying. And now I would like to ask you a question. If someone ignores your messages, will you feel unhappy? If the answer is yes, please raise your hands. Okay, I can see that many of you will feel unhappy in this situation. And in my survey, there are 338 participants and 244 people dislike this situation. That is to say 72% don't like this situation. And so from this graph, we can know that many people are bothered by this situation. And now I would like to analyze my survey and explain why some people don't reply to your messages. And after you realizing the reasons, maybe you will not bother by this anymore. And in my survey, there are among 338 participants, there are 330 people have ignored read messages, and that means 98%. However, for those who For those who used to ignore messages, there are only 50 people. That is to say 15%. This means although many people have the experience of ignoring messages, but many of them seldom do this. And as for the people who seldom ignore messages, there is the reason why they ignore the messages. There are 4 main reasons, including forgetting to reply and being busy, not knowing what to reply, and feeling the conversation is over. First, we can delete the option of feeling the conversation is over because in these situations, people both feel silently agree that their conversation is over. So there is no unhappiness will be caused. And there are only 10 people who don't want to reply. And we feel noise when people don't reply our messages because we doubt that the receivers don't want to reply our messages, but there are only few people. And as for those who are used to ignoring messages, there are the same 4 reasons: forgetting to reply, being busy, not knowing what to reply, and feeling the conversations is over. And I think the 4 reason is acceptable because people may forget and they will feel busy and they will reply you later. And the other reason is something more important. There are 2 boys. One boy is saying it's annoying when people don't reply, and the other boy said maybe it's just because he's busy, and the other says no, he's not busy, and that he says maybe just because you are so annoyed. And so I think to stop these annoying feelings, there is a suggestion: stop staring at your messages and start feeling bothered because of no response, and start to do something meaningful. Thanks for your attention.